What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. We are out of town all week, and I'm not going to be able to shoot any regular videos in my movie room, but I thought while we're out here, we could maybe look around and see if they have any secondhand movie stores in the area. I didn't think we were going to find much, but we found out there's a new store called Game Exchange, which is like a secondhand movie, games, toys, and comics shop. Looks pretty cool. We're going to go in and see if we can find anything. Not really looking for anything special, but you never know. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's fun to just explore those secondhand stores and see what you find.
Yeah.
So we're going to head in. I'm going to bring my phone in and get some footage for you in the store and show you guys what they got. And if we find anything, we'll talk to you about it after. So let's head in.
Let's go.
All right, so we're heading into the store here. It was actually a little bit bigger on the inside than it looked from the outside. There was quite a bit of physical media in here, movies and DVDs. There was a bunch of DVDs there. And then these two shelves were all Blu-rays and 4Ks. A little bit of TV right here. First thing I saw was the Stranger Things box sets. Remember these? Remember the VHS-looking Blu-ray box sets for Stranger Things? Those are actually really cool. And then, unfortunately, we never went past season 2. I don't think there's any way to get the rest of the seasons on physical unless you go with the bootleg or something, which is unfortunate. But that's Netflix for you. And I looked over here at the 4K section. They had quite a bit. I was actually surprised at the amount of 4K stuff they had. A lot of repeats. You can see a ton of the same movies there, like Aquaman and Creed 2. There's Charlie's Angels on 4K. A lot of these are in pretty good shape. Most of them missing the slipcover. Some with some beat up slipcovers, but not too bad. There's 1,000 copies of Frozen 2. Glass is a movie that I never saw. I love Unbreakable, and I really liked Split, but I never saw Glass. There's Lego Movie 2, which I thought about grabbing for the kids, but it was $20, so not a great price. Turning Red, I was tempted to get just to finish out our Pixar collection, because we do have pretty much all the Pixar movies, but I wasn't a big fan of Turning Red, and the price wasn't right for that one. Grace did find the Steelbook of WandaVision on 4K. I never saw this Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar movie, but it has a really, really cool lenticular slipcover. I was surprised at the treatment they gave that film. No idea what that's like. This was really cool, The Best of Mickey. I was very tempted to grab this. It's got a beautiful slipcover, Disney Movie Club exclusive. Unfortunately, it is just Fantasia 1, 2, and the Mickey shorts, which I already have. I already have all three of those separately, so I didn't need it, even though it was a really nice release. And then the classic B movie, which we also don't have. The Brothers McMullen is part of the filmmaker's signature series. I was tempted to grab, but I knew nothing about it, so I didn't want to take a chance on that one. That was a cool little double feature they had there. They had the original Captain America Winter Soldier slips. There was several different slips released for that movie. That was the Winter Soldier one. Grace found this movie called Diamantino, which was a Kino Lorber release, which was pretty cool. They also had the Benjamin Button Criterion, which is the weird Criterion that was released in a standard Blu-ray case, which I almost grabbed, but I kind of want the original slipcover with that one. That was a weird Criterion that was released in like a standard case with the standard slipcover way back in the day. There's another Kino Lorber release, Gross Anatomy. No idea what that one was about. And then they had another one. They had a whole second Curious Case of Benjamin Button over there. So I decided to put it back in its home, right next to his buddy. Where is it? There it is. Found it. Very weird that they had two of those. I guess that's common. I see that one a lot at secondhand stores. They had Neverending Story, which I would like to grab eventually, but I do want to get the 4K of that. But I was thinking about getting the second one because I don't think that's ever going to get a 4K. Look at that terrifying chicken man. Another Kino Lorber release that I've never heard of, The Puppet Masters. So many. Kino Lorber puts out so much stuff. Violent Night. I'm a huge Christmas movie collector and never saw that one. I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but maybe I should check it out. I heard good things about it. Wish, $17 is nowhere near cheap enough to pick this movie up. I was really not a fan of that one. Sorry if you like it. I thought it was one of the worst animated Disney movies I've ever seen. They had these really weird releases of X-Men First Class and X-Men Days of Future Past. Don't love the artwork on that. That's kind of strange. I'm never really a big fan of the re-released slipcovers that they do. And then they had a really cool James Bond box set. as well, which was very nice, still sealed. And then they had some classic VHS as well there. We didn't grab any of those, but we did grab quite a few things, and we are headed out. All right, we've had a clothes change because it is a new day. We found out that there is another game exchange in the area, so we have driven to this one, and we're gonna run in and see if they have any cool stuff as well. We did find some cool stuff at the first one, but we will go ahead and show you everything at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and jump in.
Stay tuned.
All right, here we are heading into the second store. This one had an even bigger selection than the first store. Had multiple shelves, Blu-rays, 2 whole racks here of 4Ks. We'll get into that in just a second. Nice little end cap here with some Blu-ray, some very, very cheap Blu-rays over there on the side. Grace found the Wakanda Forever Steelbook. We still don't own that one, so that was really cool. I don't remember what the price was on that one, but I think it was reasonable. Grace found this, speaking of steelbooks, another steelbook here with the Hunger Games 4 movie collection. Some really nice Target exclusive editions of a terrible, terrible film. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. 50/50 wanted to give a shout out to. That's one of my favorite movies. I really like that one. When was that, 2011? Ichabod and Mr. Toad, one of the best classic animated Disney movies from the wartime era. I don't have that one, actually. I have the movie, but it is part of a combo pack with Fun and Fancy free, but I don't have it by its lonesome there. Asteroid City, great movie. Bad Boys, which I'm kind of curious to see. I've never seen the Bad Boys movies, but after seeing the trailer for the 4th one at Furiosa, I'm kind of interested to go back and watch through those. Barb and Star again, with a completely different slipcover, not lenticular this time. Why were there so many great releases for that of all movies? Bedknobs and Broomsticks, a movie I would like to get my hands on. Almost got that one for the kids, but it was missing the slip. Boy in the World, a wonderful animated movie. Completely unique animation style. Highly recommend that one. I caught that one back when it was on the Criterion channel. Frank, what a crazy movie. If you've never seen Frank, I was tempted to actually go back and watch this. We saw this earlier in our film journey. I think I would appreciate it more now, actually. Happy Feet, another one I almost grabbed for the kids, because it's directed by George Miller, of all things. I think he directed that one. I don't know if he did the sequel or what. Maybe he did both of them. Why in the world did he direct the Happy Feet movies? He's got such an interesting filmography. But I've never seen those, and I have no idea what the quality is on those. Bunch of TV at this one. Like racks and racks of TV shows. Big box sets they had for some classic TV shows that I grew up with. You saw The Office there. Batman, they had a weird, just random VHS for some reason. And then they had the entire series on Blu-ray as well. Avatar, Last Airbender, Gilligan's Island, some Star Trek stuff. The complete Office on Blu-ray. I think still sealed. I can't tell if that was still sealed or resealed. There's a really cool box set, 10 Best Pictures. Very weird set. I've never seen anything like that. 2 thick, oversized Blu-ray cases in one giant, oversized slipcover from some Best Picture noms. Speaking of George Miller, we got Mad Max Fury Road, which I just watched recently for the first time in preparation for Furiosa and loved it. Really got to get my hands on it, but I will definitely be picking up the 4K of that. Also, this Blu-ray was really, really beat up anyway, but they did have Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, which is a bonkers movie. I watched all of them in preparation for the new one, so we watched through that one as well. And I found this lovely little gem here, Whip It, the green case, which is a movie I've known about for a long time, but have never seen. But I've always been struck by that interesting choice of case that they put it in. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and throw it in. Why not? All right, we are back at home, back in town, and Grace wasn't able to shoot this part with me, but I wanted to go ahead and record this and get this video up for you guys and show you what we picked up at both stores. We actually got 6 things at each store, so 12 movies total to share with you guys. They were actually having a buy 2, get 1 free, so 4 of these titles we got absolutely free. This first one here, I'm pretty excited about. We were able to snag the 4K Steelbook of WandaVision, the complete Disney Plus series. This is one we've been holding off on for a while because I didn't want to pay full price for it. Honestly, $45 was a little too steep for me, so I've been waiting, and it paid off because I found this for just $30. This is the 4K. I thought it was the Blu-ray at first, because I didn't think that we would find the 4K, but we found the 4K. I haven't seen that since it first aired on Disney+, but I remember really enjoying it at the time. That was something new and different, and what the MCU needed, I felt. And then I don't think we've got anything as exciting and interesting as that since. Although I did really like Shang-Chi, easily the best of the Disney Plus shows, and I'd like to give it a rewatch. And then next we grabbed a couple Coen Brothers releases. Grace and I have been watching our way through the Coen Brothers filmography, and there's still a lot we have to see, but one of them that we haven't yet seen is True Grit. A lot of people put this up there as one of their top Coen Brothers movies, so I can't wait to finally see it. This, I believe, is the breakout role of Haley Steinfeld's career, and I've seen her in lots of things since then, and I always like her a lot, but I've never seen her in this. So I can't wait to finally check that one off the list. And then another Coen Brothers directed piece, but not one of their films. This is Paris, Je t'aime from 2006. This is a vignette film starring lots of different directors, including the Coen Brothers, but also Alexander Payne, Gus Van Sant, and some big names in here as well as far as acting goes, with Natalie Portman, Elijah Wood, Juliette Binoche is in this. So a vignette film, several different stories, all taking place in the city of Paris, France. Kind of have been on a huge France kick lately. I love French movies. Some of my favorite new directors are French, like Eric Rohmer, Jacques Demy, Jacques Tati. I've been watching a lot of French films from the Criterion Collection. I've also been learning French this year, or trying to anyway. We've also been watching some Hollywood films that take place in France lately. We just watched To Catch a Thief while we were out of town last week. And then before that, we watched An American in Paris when we were watching musicals in May. So lots of France in our heads lately. It's a beautiful city. One of our big dream trips is to finally visit Paris someday. So Grace and I have been talking a lot about Paris and France in general lately. So I really wanted to check that out. It was only $8, so I couldn't pass it up. Had to grab it. Then we got a couple films for our kids and for just the family in general to watch together. This is one that I'd never seen, but we have been showing our kids a lot of live action Disney films from this era in kind of the beginning stages of mixing live action and animation together. We showed them Mary Poppins, which they loved. We also showed them Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which doesn't have any animation, but it's in that same kind of period. And then Bedknobs and Broomsticks was one that we wanted to show them, but we didn't get around to last month. But this is another one from that era. It's Pete's Dragon with slipcover. A little dinged up, but it's not bad. It was only $9.99. And we've actually since watched this. We watched this the other night when we got home from the trip, and the kids really liked it. And lots of kind of pioneering visual effects, I would think. I haven't looked into it, but so much stuff that directly translates from this to like modern VFX shots today, integrating animated characters with live action, and all the cool practical stuff that they did to have this invisible dragon do things and interact with the real world. So a very interesting film, and it's also a musical, so it fits right in with the films we've been showing our kids recently. Here we go. We've got Pete's Dragon. Quick one here. This is marketed as Olaf's Frozen Adventure. We actually first took it off the shelf because it is Frozen, and my daughter is into the Frozen movies. But this is not just Frozen shorts. It's 6 Disney shorts. One of them is that Frozen short that they released a couple of years later in front of some other Disney film that I can't remember at the moment. But there's also 5 other classic Disney shorts on here. You've got Polar Trappers, which is a Goofy and Donald short. The Hockey Champ, which is a Donald and Huey, Dewey, and Louie short. And then you've got Winter, which is one of the original Silly Symphonies, which is great. You got The Art of Skiing on here, which is a original Goofy short, which I like quite a bit. And then you got Pluto's Christmas Tree, which is a Christmas short that we watch every year. We have all these on DVD through the Disney Treasures back there on the shelf, but it's really cool to have them in high-res Blu-ray quality because we don't get enough shorts released in 1080p. So happy to have those, and the kids have already watched this a couple times since we brought it home, so happy to grab that. And then one more animated film that we got for the kids is The Pebble and the Penguin, which I have never seen, but this is a short by Don Bluth. Not a short, a full feature by Don Bluth. He didn't make too many feature-length films, but we have most of them back there. We have American Tail, we have Secret of Nim, Land Before Time, and most of the big ones, Anastasia, Thumbelina. And I think this was kind of the last of the bigger ones that we needed, and very happy to find that for super cheap. This is one of the ones we got for free. I think it was only $6 or something like that. Yeah, we got this one, and I think we got Paris Jetem for free. So just nice to grab another animated movie. I'm a big fan of animation. I want the kids to have access to as many different kinds of animation as they can growing up, so went ahead and grabbed that one for free. So that's everything we grabbed from the first store. Let's go ahead and jump into the second stack. First thing I got from the second store. Last time I started with a steelbook, so this time I'll start with another steelbook. This is the Hunger Games 4-movie collection, the Lionsgate steelbook with their signature semi-translucent slipcover that they do for a lot of their steelbooks. This was actually a Grace pickup. I have seen the first 2 Hunger Games films, and I liked them well enough back in the day. Haven't seen them since the theater, but Grace, I think, is a bigger fan of these movies, and I think she read the books. So she was very happy and excited to find this. And it was still sealed, so in very good condition for a good price. So that is one of the ones that Grace grabbed at the second store. Happy for her that she was able to find some cool stuff here. We'll take a look at a couple other of her picks here in a second, but this next one is mine. I was happy to find this, Asteroid City, on Blu-ray and DVD and digital combo pack. Wes Anderson. Love Wes Anderson. The only reason I haven't picked this up is because I was kind of on the fence. Like I was waiting. Maybe I'll just wait till it finally eventually comes to the Criterion Collection way down the line. But, you know, it was a good price. It was cheap. And I just went ahead and grabbed it because I do like this slipcover. It's very nice. Very bright and vibrant. I like the color scheme. I like the blues and oranges. Really like this movie in the theater. But yeah, look at that. All the way through on the discs. Beautiful. Can't wait to watch this one again. I've only seen it once. Very fun movie. Very interesting Wes Anderson movie. And happy to finally own that. Now, of course, probably now that I bought it, it'll come to the Criterion Collection very soon, especially now since they have the new owner. This next one is actually a blind buy for both of us. We've not seen this film yet, but it is called Whip It. This one has been on my radar for a long time. We've heard about it here and there. I used to be really big into indie movies during this time period, late 2000s. This is another 2009 indie film, and it's got a pretty, I don't know how indie it is actually, because it's got a pretty crazy cast. Back when they were Ellen Page, Marcia Gay Harden, Kristen Wiig, Drew Barrymore, Juliette Lewis, Jimmy Fallon, and Daniel Stern. So there we go, we've got Whip It. I always thought it was a cool choice to put in a green case. I don't know the reasoning because I haven't seen the film yet, but that's a nice touch. And also, pink spine. We need more pink spines up there on the shelf. Got such a tiny pink section back there. Also very cool artwork on the discs. This was only $6, so this was one of the ones that we got for free in the buy two, get one free sale. So why not? Why not? It's completely free. Very interesting case, and I'm sure a pretty good movie. I can't wait to check that one out. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it. This next one was a huge formative movie for my wife, Grace. She was so excited to pick this one up. She loves this movie. It's Father of the Bride, the remake. We haven't seen the original, but the Father of the Bride remake from the 90s is one of my wife's very favorite romantic comedy, kind of father-daughter movies, starring Steve Martin. Also Martin Short. They're always in movies together. And this also includes Father of the Bride Part 2, which I've never seen. Grace did have me watch the first one back when we were dating. I don't love it as much as her because I have no nostalgia for it. I didn't grow up with it, but she really loves this film, and it was only $8 for 2 films. You can't beat it. Very happy that she was able to find another one of her favorites. Next up, we've got a movie that we've both seen, and we've actually both been talking about watching this movie recently, and it just so happened that it was there, and it was only $4. It is the Blu-ray of Bernie. Bernie, Richard Linklater film starring Jack Black, an amazing performance by Jack Black. Not Jack Black at all, completely transforming into this other character. And this kind of has some similarities with the recent Linklater movie Hitman, which we just watched the other night, which is fun. It's another crime movie. I think it's based on a true story as well. Grace is a huge true crime fan. We watched this, I think, separately. I don't think we saw this together back when it came out. Very good movie. I highly recommend that one. I'm not even the biggest true crime fan myself, but that one I remember really liking. So we're looking forward to watching that. $4. $4. That was 5 movies. We needed one more movie to push us over into the buy two, get one free. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. I saw they had a 4K copy of this film,
I've never seen it. Grace has never seen it. She was actually wanting to see it when it was in theaters. I wasn't really interested, so we never went. She still kind of holds that over me, that we missed out on this one. But while we were going to see Furiosa in the theater last week, we saw the trailer for the sequel to this film, and it looks interesting, and we want to see it, so we got to go back and watch the first one. It's Joker. Very divisive movie. Some people love it, some people hate it. I have no idea which side of the aisle I'm going to land on, but I am looking forward to finally checking it out. Watching the trailer to the sequel kind of piqued my interest again to check this out finally. Years later, finally when it's not popular anymore, then I'm going to check it out. But here it is. It is a 4K for only $15, the 4K of Joker. There's the discs inside, 4K and Blu-ray discs. It'll be cool to finally see that. We've got a few months. I don't think the sequel comes out till towards the end of the year. Let me know in the comments where you land on that one. Pretty good haul. I was actually pretty surprised. I was kind of expecting us to either not find anything or just find one or two things, but we found some pretty good stacks, 6 movies from each store. They had some good selections. You never know when you go to these secondhand stores. Sometimes you find nothing. A lot of times you find nothing, but sometimes you find some really cool stuff. And these 2 stores had stuff that just so happened to line up with stuff that we needed in the collection. Very thankful that we went out and checked those stores out. I highly recommend you check out secondhand stores in your area because you never know what you're going to find. I really miss doing in-store hunting videos. I wish we could do these year-round, but there's just no physical media in stores anymore, man. And I don't buy a lot of new releases anyway, so it's pretty impossible to shoot in-store videos. So I was really happy that we got a chance to do this week. It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Grace, for shooting those videos in the stores with me. Had a great time doing it. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of physical media collecting content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me. And I will continue to put out videos about physical media on this channel. And as always, until next time, keep collecting, and I'll be back with another video real soon.